So welcome back to Learning Partner. In this episode, we are going to see how we can create a movie booking application, right? So this is mainly focused for to build your logic, like how you should build your logic, right? How what what should be your thought process when you are performing any machine task. This will come as a machine task also, right? Because it has so many scenarios that you need to handle, right? So if you this is just a I will share this GitHub hosted URL so that you can have an access to that. So this I have accomplished with jQuery, but same we are going to achieve with Angular, right? So you can see the task detail is very simple. We have to create a movie array with field movie name, description, range, and the shows will be multiple array of string, right? Some movie details will be there and shows will be multiple. Then on click of particular show, we have to show on particular movie, we have to show this, we have to show selected shows for that movie, right? Then if we have to show that like this movie is also selected. So if you can see, this is the landing page. Once I click on the Dangal, you can see for Dangal, I just have one show available. So that is automatically selected. But if I show on, if I select Three Idiots, so you can see for Three Idiots, we have two shows. So currently we don't have any shows auto selected. So, but if I select, you can see it is getting selected, right? But same in case of Dangal, since Dangal has only one show, so it is already selected, right? So this is also a scenario. Then let's say we select Rocketary, and Rocketary we have three shows. Let's say I select 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. Then I need three tickets for or two tickets for this, right? So the movie rate is 250. So if I click on book tickets, so you can see the selected show, or I mean selected movie, then selected show, and the for the cost of two, like whatever the quantity we have said, that we are showing it over here, right? But if I change the show now, if I click on Drishyam 2, so you can see everything is getting blank. So this is also a scenario. Again, we have to select the show, right? Then we have to enter the ticket count, number of tickets I need, and the book ticket, right? So this whole thing we are going to cover in the Angular, right? The example I'm taking with the technology I'm taking Angular, but the same kind of approach you can take while working on the React or while working on the .NET or Java or even JavaScript also, right? Just coding part will be little bit different, but the logic will be same, right? So one more thing, if you are new over here, so I will be posting this link in my video description. Please do join this WhatsApp link to connect with me. In that WhatsApp group, normally I share the latest videos, APIs I will be creating, right? And so many more topics I will be talking. So this is an existing project which I have created. In that, I have created a component that is movie booking, right? So this is an empty component. So now, first thing, like on the task, if we go on the task, we have to create a movie array with some of the field like this, right? So I have already created that. Let me just copy paste. I will explain that also. So in component, I will first create an array, movie list colon. This is going to be array of object, right? So in that, I will just copy paste the array object array. So this will go over here. Let me just do some things. Right. So if you can see, we have created an array of object. So if you can see the properties we have, movie name, right? Whatever the movie name we have, ticket rate, right? Then description, some small description we have for the movie. Then shows. So in shows, you can see it is an array of string. Like for this movie, what number of shows I have in my particular theater. So Three Idiots is having two shows, Rocketary having three shows, Dangal is having only one show, right? Drishyam is having again two shows, and Avatar, Way of Avatar is having again three shows, and Clash of Titans is having four shows, right? So this is a movie array which we have created. Let me just format. Now, so let me just write the task, like what are the major tasks we are going to create. First, we have to first display movies. movies in card. This is the first task we are going to achieve. So whatever the movies we have, that we need to display, right? So this is the first task. So in that HTML, right? So let's just add a container div just to wrap it up. Now inside that I will create a row, again column D3. Let's say in one row I'm going to show four movies. Now then we are going to need card, then card dot header, then inside that card dot body we are going to show the details, and footer also we are going to need, where we are going to show the cost. So card footer, right? So same like the structure what we have seen here. We have the header, in body we are going to show the description, and in the bottom we are going to show the price. So on the column D3 we are going to use the for loop. So star ng for let movie of our array name. So our array name is movie list. So this will go over here, right? Then in card header, we have to show the movie name. So movie dot movie name. It is an array of objects, so we have to use the dot operator. Then over in the card body, we are going to show the description. So description will go over here. And the last thing we are going to show in the footer, we are going to show rate, right? So this will go over here. So let's just save and see if we are able to see the movies, right? So first task is clear. So we can see all the movies are over here, but we just need to add some spacing. You can see movies are getting attached. So let's just add PT1 or PT2, and we can limit the description also. If you can see, description is very big. So we can use our pipe. So that will be slice pipe, let's say 0 to max 30 character we can show. So now our UI will 30 characters are very less. Let's make it 60 so that at least 2 lines will be visible, right? So you can see at least 2 lines are visible now, but still, okay, so 60 character, let's make it 50 because it is disturbing the UI. So for that purpose, so now it is okay. But if I hover on that, it should show the complete description. So for that, we can use the title property. Sorry, I forgot that title. And here we can pass the complete movie description. So this we will pass it over here, right? So let's save. So now if I hover, you can see the complete thing, whatever the description I have, I can see it here. If you have PrimeNG or any tooltip installed, so you can show this complete title in the complete description in the tooltip also, right? So first thing is done. We have shown the movies, whatever we have over here, right? After that, next task is on click of it, we need to add the color also, like this is selected, right? So second task will be on click of movie, make that card selected, right? This is the second task. So now for making that card selectable, we are going to create one variable, right? So that variable will be selected movie. It will be object. So by default, any, right? Now we are going to write one click event. So on card or on column call 3 also, anywhere you can write, because whole div we have. So that will be click event on select movie. This is the function we are going to create, and we need to pass the current movie. So this we will pass it over here. So this function we have to create now, right? So while calling this function, we are sending the movie data, right? So that we need to catch it over here. So movie data colon any, right? So whatever the data we get, that we are going to store in this variable. So this dot move selected movie date movie is equal to movie data, whatever the data we get from the front end, right? So wherever we click on the particular movie, that data, that particular object is getting stored into this variable. Now using this variable, let me just print this. Before this, I will print it with JSON type. This is an object, so we have to use JSON type to see what data we have in that particular variable, right? So now if I click on Dangle, you can see object I have got for the Dangle. If I click on Clash of Titans, you can see Clash of Titans I'm getting, right? So wherever on which movie I'm clicking, that object is getting stored into that variable. Now, by using this variable, I can add a dynamic color, right? Or dynamic class to this card. So in this card header, I can use ng class. Now, condition will be if this movie is selected, I have to add a BG success class to this. So the condition will be if movie, the for loop variable dot movie name equal to this variable dot movie name. So if it is same, right? If it is same, then we are going to add BG success class to it. Otherwise, it will be empty, right? So let's check this now. Something is wrong. Let me just check, inspect. Cannot read properties of undefined movie name, where it is giving line numbers. Okay, so by default, in this variable, we don't have anything, right? By default, we don't have anything. So we can just add a question mark over here so that it will bypass that, right? So now we don't get that error, because at the initial time in this variable we don't have anything now, so we can means it is undefined, so we cannot read something from undefined. So that's why this is a null check for that, right? So now if I click on Dangle, you can see we have added a BG success class to the Dangle card. If I click on Clash of Titans, so you can see that is getting selected, right? So let me just remove this JSON, what we have printed, right? So you can see wherever I click, that movie is getting selected. So our second task is completed. Third task is show selected movie shows. Right? We have to show the selected movies shows, but at the bottom of the these cards, right? So how we have shown that in the button, right? So that's available text. So after this row, we can create an HR tag just to separate it out. Then in H5, we will get a title available shows, and inside that column row dot column, let's say 3, or let's say 2 only, because that will be enough. And on the button, we will show the shows, right? So class btn, just button will be there, right? Now this button or this column will be dynamic. Like wherever on which movie we click, we need to show the what do we say, shows of that particular movie. Now selected movie data we have got into this particular variable, and in this variable only we have got the shows of, I means whole movie data we have got already, right? So directly we can use this variable selected movie on over here. So star ng for is equal to let shows of selected movie dot, what is the variable property we have in the array, shows. So in this variable, in this property we are going to have the shows, so like that. And show timing, this is an array of strings, right? So if you can see, this is an array of strings, so directly I can use it. So shows, I will print it over here, right? So let's just save and check if we are able to see that properly. Again, we have got the error because null check need to be added over here, right? So if I click, so you can see one for Dangal, we just had one show. For 3 Idiots, we have 2 shows. Currently, button doesn't have any class, so that's why it is looking like this, right? But let's just add a secondary class, btn. How it was there, let's just check. Okay, so by default, secondary class will be there. Secondary class is there. Let's see. So now if I click on here, you can see particular shows are visible, right? Clash of Titans has having 4 shows, so that like 4 shows are visible, right? Let's make it 3 so that it will look proper. Yeah. Or instead of call, we can just use the for loop on the button so that it won't take that much space. Let's see how does it look now. Okay, it is coming down. Okay, let's put it at the column only. Okay, so available shows we have already shows. So there are 2 ways to achieve this. In this, since I'm working on Angular, the whole data I have stored into that variable. But let's say if you are working in JavaScript or jQuery or React also. So another way to do is we can create one more variable, shows selected movie shows. Any, it is going to be string array. So string array, simply a variable I'm creating, right? So now when we click on the movie, right? So this is the function which get called when we click on the movie. So we can filter out the data from this here. So that will be like const movie is equal to, currently I have whole data in over here also, but another way, just another way I'm explaining. So you can filter the data from this array. So this dot movie list dot find, right? So in movie data, we have the ID. So our movie, currently we don't have any unique ID, but we have the unique name, that is movie name, right? So this movie name we can use to filter the particular record. So m dot movie name equal to movie data dot movie name, right? So here what will happen, you will get the whole complete object for that movie. Then in this variable you can store the shows. So this dot selected movies shows is equal to movie dot shows. Let me just add a debugger and we'll explain the code. This is the second approach I'm explaining. Right, so if I click on the avatar movie, so you can see we have called that function. Now in movie data dot movie name, we have the data, right? So from this array, we are going to find the particular record with matching the movie name. So in movie, you will get that particular object. See, you have got the particular object because we have sent, we have passed the condition like I need the record with matching movie name of this avatar. So in movie, in this constant variable, we have got the avatar movie, and movie dot shows, we have got the shows. So that we are going to store over here, right? So now this variable also you can use to iterate over here, right? Rather than that, you can use the separate variable also. Both thing will work, right? So show selected movies, show selected movie shows, right? This task is done. Next task is, if you can see, now Dangal has only one, what do we say, show. So it is auto selected. And if 3 dates I have selected, so we have to select particular show, right? So again, we need one more variable. So that will be, let me just write second approach. This was also for second approach, right? Now we just need one more variable, that is selected show colon any, or this is going to be string data only, so we can keep it as a string. And let's make it initialize with empty. Now, once we select on the particular show, we need to write an event, right? So again, click event, select show, and we need to pass the show. Let's create this function, right? So from front end, whenever we are calling this, we are sending some data, right? So that we need to get over here, show. This is going to be string data, right? Because it was an array of string. So that whatever the show we have selected, that we need to store into this variable. That's it, right? And this variable also we can use over here to add the dynamic class. So now this is a static ng class, selected show equal to our shows. It should be show. I'm just changing the local variable, right? So this is the condition. If in that selected show, I have that particular, whatever the for loop is there. So if it is there, then I have to add this class, that is btn success. Otherwise, this class. btn secondary. So see, if selected show have the same name of the movie, this class will be added. Otherwise, this class will be added. So let's check now. Right? If let's select Three Idiots. So in Three Idiots, we have, you can see two shows are available. If I select over here, so you can see BG, selected color is getting applied. If I select this, selected color is getting applied. Now, one more thing was, if particular movie has only one show, so that should be automatically selected. We don't have to, because it has only one show, right? So it should be automatically selected. Let's say Dangal, it has only one show, so it should be automatically selected. So for that, we can write the code in when we select the movie, right? So here we can write the if condition. If this selected movie or movie data, anywhere, anything you can use, because both movie data and the selected movie is having same data. So selected dot shows length equal to 1. If the length is having only one, means that particular movie has only one show, so then we can store the show data into this variable. That's it. Then selected shows. We know that this if condition is going to run when we have only one show, so we can access like this. So let's save and check. Right? If I click on Three Idiots has two shows. So you can see both shows are unselected, but I can select it, right? But if I click on Dangal, so you can see it is automatically selected, because this Dangal movie has only one show. Clash of Titans, again, we have to select. But if I click on Dangal, it has only one show, so that is automatically selected. That is possible because of this if condition. So when we click on the movie, we are checking like how many shows it has. If it has a length, if it has that shows array is having length only 1, so we are storing that particular show data into our variable. So that's why it is getting auto selected. So this was the fourth task we have done. If movie has only one show, make show auto selected, right? So this is the fourth task we have covered. Then just the book ticket thing we have to do. So if I say 3, so this whatever the data, whatever the movie we have selected, show, and the cost we have to show. So now we need one text box and the book ticket button. So after this available show, We are going to create one more row, call 3. Let's add a text box, placeholder, enter, ticket count. Let's add a class form control. And after call 3, we are going to need one more button. So that will be call 2. Let's say button. Let's add class btn primary. We can say book ticket, right? Let's save and check if we can get the UI, right? So we have that. Now on this button click, now this text box is there, right? So we have to create one variable that we will bind that using ng model, right? So ticket count number, or we can keep it as a string also, doesn't matter, because by default it will return the string data only. So this ticket count will be binded to this text box using ng model directive, equal to this variable, right? So now on click of book ticket, we need to create the function. So click, what do we have to say? Book ticket, same name we will give. So this function we have to create now. Right now in this book ticket, what we have to do, we have to check the movie, selected movie price, and we have to get the ticket count, and we have to just multiply, right? So before that, we just need to design something like this. We just need to show the data, right? So how we have designed this? Yeah, so in the same row, after this call 2, again I will create a call 5, and here I will create paragraph, and the content was selected movie. Here we will be showing the selected movie name, then selected show, and the cost for this thing, like cost for 3, it should be the text box value, like what number they have selected, right? Now, so here this variable will go using interpolation, right? Then cost will be, now we need one more variable, so ticket cost. Number, by default let's initialize with 0, and this ticket cost I will show over here. In strong tag we will print. So this variable I will be showing over here. Then selected movie, again strong tag I will create. Inside that interpolation. So selected ticket data we have got into this variable, right? So selected movie dot movie name. Movie name we will show. And over here, we are going to show the selected show timing also. So that will be selected show only, because that is an string data only, right? Now on click of book ticket, we just need to calculate the data, and we have to store that into ticket cost. So on book ticket, now we know like which show was selected, sorry, which movie was selected, because for in movie object we have the ticket rate. So we just need to find the data, or in selected movie only we have the complete object. So rather than doing this, you can just get the data. So this dot ticket cost is equal to this dot selected movie dot ticket rate. So if you can see, it is the data is in string format, so we just need to convert it, right? So we can just wrap this in number, so that will get converted into integer. into same thing. We need to pass this variable also. That will be ticket count, because this we have binded to our text box. So this dot ticket count, right? That's it. And this div should be visible once I click on the book ticket, right? At the, if you, let me just save and show you, then you will understand that. So you can see currently it is visible. Okay, again, we need to add null check. So this doesn't make sense, right? This div should be visible when I click on the book ticket, right? Or this book ticket and the text box should also be visible once I click on the show. So right like that, we can add the check. So we know, like when we select any show, that data we are going to store over here. So this whole thing, we can add it in the ng if. And condition will be if not equal to empty. It's because by default it is empty. So let's just save and check. So you can see by default I don't have, but if I select any show, then we have that detail, right? Let's just add a padding 2 class. Right. Now, if I click on any show, and if I click on any show, so you can see then only it is visible, right? Now, so next task was, let's say for 3 days, we have the price as 300. Let's add 3 ticket and book ticket. You can see we have got. Now this detail, this should be visible once I click on the book ticket, right? So again, same variable we can use, that will be ticket cost. So if ticket cost is by default, we have set ticket cost to 0, right? So that we can use it over here as again ng if. So star ng if equal to, if not equal to 0. So you can see already created variable we are using multiple times just to handle our various scenarios, right? If I click on 3 idiots, still that details is not visible. If I click on book ticket, then only it is visible, right? But one more check is there. But if I change the movie, but still it is visible, right? So, and this is also visible. Again, Drishyam is there. Again, this is visible. So we just need to initialize those 2 flags again when we select the movie. Which flag means selected show we need to make undefined. So this dot selected show is equal to undefined, because when we are changing the movie, whatever the data we have in this variable, that should be undefined, right? So we should remove it. And show also, selected show also we need to remove. Selected show also we need to initialize to empty. One more variable, that is ticket cost. Again, we can initialize with 0. So these are the various checks you should add, right? See, I have selected this, I have entered the data, but if I change the movie, again, it is coming back to the original price, right? So like this we can do, right? So this was a simple ticket booking application we have seen with so many scenarios, right? So majorly 4 scenarios we have selected. The 5th was ticket cost calculation based on number of tickets, and the normal thing which we have done, that it should reinitialize again and hide and show, right? So we just 3 function. First was select movie, then select show, and the book ticket. With this 3 function and some variables and the basic UI, we have completed the movie booking application, small application. This is kind of a machine test, which many if you are if you are going into for the Angular or the React or the JavaScript or the jQuery also, so this kind of scenarios will come. So better you can have an example ready. But this is a movie booking, but this kind of many scenarios or some part of it will come in any machine task, right? So this will be really helpful in your interview process. Hope you are finding these videos helpful. Please do like and subscribe. That's it for this current video.